Yellow, 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 yellow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday night, and it means one thing and one thing only. It's Tuga Tuesdays, brother. It's Tuga Tuesdays, and this edition of the show, after that massive, stunning, wild round 28, we
Congratulations.
got now a new leader in the Premier League for the first time.
Second time.
A new champion. We have a new champion.
No, not yet.
Sorry, Mike. I'm sorry for that. But man, what a perfect weekend for Benfica. That's what I'm gonna say. What a perfect weekend for Benfica. A hat trick from Vangelis. Everything was Greek. I was seeing just white and blue, but on the different side of the team, right? I was seeing white and blue. Hold on a second. The white and blue team is on the other side. No. It's white and blue on this side too, brother. Only with a cross in there for the that beautiful flag from Greek. And then on Monday Night Soccer, all the pressure was on Sporting. All the pressure. Yeah. The entire weight of the competition was on Roy Borges' shoulders, and it seems like he didn't take his protein shake or something, no creatine for him, because they ran out of gas again, and at the worst moment possible, they run out of gas again. The second half has been the where's the kryptonite for Sporting on this Roy Borges era, and they let us slip. And I don't know. For the first time this season, Nino Torres is saying that he's not sure now.
Okay. Now you're not sure.
If you wanna,
you jumped off that boat quick. The Lions, since August. Now I'm not sure. You jumped off
for the first time ever. For the first time ever, I'm having doubts. But there's one game left. And you know what you got to do. Derek, you know what you got to do in that Lisbon derby. Yeah. That's the game that is do or die now. All right, guys?
There's 4 do or die games before that.
Mr. Benfica and Mr. Mauricio Ruano, the only real true fan of the Primera Liga who watches every single game is with us tonight. Mr. Mike D'Agostino, Mr. Benfica, of course, you're going to kick off the show, brother. Go ahead. Give me three.
3. I'm going to start like Martin Anselmi's his press conference. He goes, "Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas noches." And then he takes the question. So, I've quietly been waiting for this weekend because I was hoping it was going to go exactly like it went. Not necessarily 4-1. I didn't even imagine that, but I was hoping to get the win and hoping for the slip up at Alvalade. It played out that way. I never would have imagined a 4-1 win. I waited my whole life to see Benfica beat Porto 4-1 in their house, to really put a beating on them in that house that's been such a house of horrors for us for so long. And Porto have an identity crisis, no question about it. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they are right now. And Pavlidis, listen, I got to be honest. If that goal does not count in the first minute, if he is offside, it could have been a completely different game. But that forced Porto to come out. They ran out of gas before halftime. They were gassed in that second half. They left themselves exposed. Like Derek said to me, he doesn't know why. It's not like they played on Wednesday, but they just didn't have the legs in the second half, and they didn't have the options off the bench, and Benfica did. And in the end, it went the way I had hoped. And how about this? Possibly Otamendi's last touch of a ball in the Estádio do Dragão is a goal against his former club. You can't put a better cap on it than that. If he goes to River Plate this summer, he goes knowing that he left that stadium scoring a goal on the last touch of the game.
Yeah, that is just absolutely beautiful, man. Absolutely. I want to leave the comments for last, okay? We're going to go first with Mr. Ruano on the other side of the story of this El Clásico 182. Give me your thoughts, brother.
My thought is one team knew how to make their chances count, and the other one didn't. And you saw that, like, once they scored that first goal, Benfica there with Pavlidis, they responded a little bit okay, Porto did. Samu had that chance right in front of the net. I think Pep feeds him the ball. It goes right between his legs. And it was right in front of the net where he could have scored it. And probably could have flipped the game a little bit, but he doesn't. And I felt like Mora was doing everything for him, and he didn't have a help at all, not even a prayer to help. No, he didn't have anything. They were just outmanned, outran, out everything that game Benfica did to them. It's not even funny how that game went. They were just exposed. That defense, and I mentioned this before, that defense, they're rotating guys. There's no steady guys. And they were people out there that would say Pep is too old. I bet you right now Porto would take that guy in a heartbeat back there with what they have playing back there and what they're showing back there.
They were dreadful.
Dreadful. And at times, it almost felt like they left Perez and Marcano on an island with Eustáquio having to recover so many balls. Eustáquio, I'll give him a look. He ran all over the field.
They asked him to do two jobs.
Yeah, too much. They were just – and somebody thought he could just go full-out attack with the wingbacks, and he got caught, really, really bad this game. And it was just ugly. And you don't expect that from Porto at the Dragão, the attitude and the way that you just don't expect that. That was what I was most surprised at, is that Benfica won the way that they won.
Oh man, that was and I said it at the beginning, right? I said at the beginning of the game, I don't think that this game is gonna go the kind of win the last couple of games, like with 5 goals on down one side, 4 goals on the other side. I'm like, no, I don't think it's gonna be like this. Boom, 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 boom. All the I was so wrong. I know the phrase. I mean, we got a lot to talk about the Classic, of course, but I'm gonna go here with Mr. Gomez, who, by the way, before he says anything, I want to share with you guys what he said yesterday at 5:28 p.m. 5:28 p.m. He said to me,
"It's the gospel truth.
And
the gospel truth.
It's officially lost." Please, Mr. Gomez, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the title was officially lost before the Sporting game. I thought
it's not on Sunday. Why is it on Sunday?
I thought before the game the title was lost. I mean, with a win like that, it's not just a win for Benfica; it's the way that they won. If that is not going to galvanize a team for the title, then I don't know what will. They're gonna ride that win for the rest of the season. I think they're gonna win out, and they're gonna win the title. That was such like a motivating, galvanizing victory to win at that stadium the way that they did. I just don't think there's any coming back from that. That Sporting witnessed that, and they felt the pressure of that on Monday. When they played Braga again. But this game, Sporting, it's almost like a broken record every week. They started very strong. They could have scored in the first 2 minutes, but Victor was just slightly offside. And then Victor scored, I think at the 15th minute. We kept on pressing. Yeah, I think Victor had another chance, 1v1 with the keeper. I think he hit the keeper's head. On that move on the side there. It looked like, we could have scored that second goal in the first half, but we failed to score that second goal. And then you saw the gradual petering out of Sporting as the first half wore on, and especially as the second half was played out. We did talk about this last week. I found it odd that we had to play on Thursday. I don't know why we couldn't have somehow managed the schedule better, or I don't know if it's with the FPF. But I mean, I think that could have played into this game. Not making any excuses. I think that Carvalhal outcoached Rui Borges. I thought Carvalhal made the necessary changes, especially on the interior. Braga was a lot more confident with the ball in the second half. Again, a little bit surprising. They put in those young guys, but it was one of the young guys who scored the tying goal. Whatever. So he showed confidence in his young players. They came through. Sporting just didn't possess the ball enough in the second half. They didn't really have they weren't really managing the game, controlling the game well enough. That being said, they did have, some chances in the second half. I mean, two or three good chances off the top of my head. I can think, Kenda. I thought Trincão had a really good chance. But it just wasn't enough. They didn't have control of the game. I'm going to use that word I've been using lately with Sporting. It's another uneven performance from Sporting. There's a lack of options on the bench. We've sort of dissected the reasons behind that. So I'm not going to get into it again. But I found it, very troubling, the post-game press conference, what he said about Conrad Harder.
Yeah.
I just,
What he said,
I'm against that.
It was brutal.
Do that to a player in public.
It's the wrong time.
Yeah, you don't do it. But I mean, again, he's questioned about his management of the game and the substitutions, which I think it's a legitimate question. It's a legitimate gripe that I have against the guy. He puts Harder in the 89th minute. When you put in Felicimo in the 70th minute, and Felicimo looks completely lost out there, very indecisive. I mean, I would have looked at DeBost and I'm like, DeBost, if you can give me another 20 minutes, stay out there. This Felicimo had no business being out there in a game of this magnitude. He again disappointed once again. But Conrad Harder, who's been coming in lately in the 91st minute, in the 85th minute, this game he's been coming in the 89th minute, and this guy has the gall to come out and say in the press conference that when he comes in, he's not giving us anything. What do you expect a guy to do in 4 minutes? You want him to score 3 goals in 4 minutes? I mean, give me a break. Do you remember what this guy was doing when Victor was hurt? I mean, there were games where he gave us points.
Yeah.
So that I was infuriated when I read that. But then this again just speaks to the character of Rui Borges. I don't think that he dealt with the Marcus Edwards situation really well in the press either. I think this guy really lacks sort of that finesse. He lacks that tactfulness that Ruben was known for. But yeah, I mean, he was trying to deflect the blame on his own shortcomings on a 19-year-old player. So yeah, that, I mean, again, I've always been very.
It was his birthday.
And yeah, it was his birthday too. Come on. You can roll back all the shows, all the Tuga Tuesdays. I've always been very lukewarm on Rui Borges. I've never been a huge fan of this guy. I never thought that he showed, in his past experiences that he was capable of handling a club of this magnitude. And this is an example that shows you that he's not. But now we have to try to somehow win out and then pull off something which would, in my opinion, would be a miracle, coming out and winning at the Luge. But yeah, I mean, again, this game ended up tied. I think that it's probably at the end of the day, probably a just result. And I just don't think that, we really did enough to fully deserve this game. It's just my opinion.
And you know what? This is, and I said this for the first time, right? For the first time, I was having doubts about the title for Sporting, and it's because of this. I don't care what the other team does. I mean, you telling me this? They're telling me, yeah, the title's official. You sit down on Sunday, and you being a Sportingista. And I was like, if I'm a Sportingista, why would I think that the title is lost today? I have to play tomorrow. It's on I'm in control of my own destiny. I don't care if Benfica puts 15 goals on Porto. I'm going tomorrow. I'm destroying Braga. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm the leader of this competition for 95% of the season, and I'm gonna let it go now. No way. I'm gonna go out there and crush this guy.
Yeah, but
that's not the mentality.
But you have to, but you have to look at the last, 2-3 months of Sporting. I mean, these performances are not really,
not there.
providing much confidence.
3 months back, I'm looking at on this particular game. I'm focused on this game, that matters for the season. And I don't care what's been happening in the last 2-3 months. I don't care. You only care about these 90 minutes.
Yeah,
those 90 minutes was the most important thing of the season, and they let us slip. They let us slip, and because of what you're saying for Sunday, And that mentality, you need to take it out of your mind, send it to Siberia or something if you start thinking about that.
But they obviously didn't.
And that, if you think about it, you're not going to win the title. You're not going to win the title.
You're right. They needed to have.
It all comes down to it all comes down to this.
They're lacking. They're lacking
the one and more.
Yeah, they're lacking that mentality.
One and more.
You're right.
Benfica wanted it more. And I'm going crazy here. I'm going to Google.
No. I mean, I'm with you 100%, man.
To be honest, if the roles were reversed, the same thing would have happened to Benfica.
Yeah.
If the roles were reversed, the same thing would have happened to Benfica. We've seen it. These teams react to other results very hard. Yeah. The pressures, they can feel it because the fans act this way. I honestly believe if it was the reverse and Sporting had gone in and won at the Dragão 4-1 and Benfica now had to win,
they would have been shell-shocked. Yeah, just like Sporting was shell-shocked. Yeah,
we've seen it before.
And I think it was their second best. I think it was their second best house of the season too. There's over 45,000 fans on Monday night.
Yeah,
and I think that played into it too.
That kind of situation happens here in Peru. In this case, my team doesn't do that. It's not because I'm bragging about my team or the winningest team. No. Because we're a different breed, right? Mm-hmm. They are the showmans, right? They pull the show, the goals, the bicycle kicks, No, we are all business. Mm-hmm. We go in and we win. We win 1-0, 0.5, 2-1, whatever, but we win. All right. If this would have happened to us, knowing that Alianza Lima won the day before, we go the next day and we crush.
More motivated,
we just crush them. We play the opposite. But if it's the opposite, if we win and they play the next day, they feel the pressure.
Yeah.
We don't do it. We're not like that. We're not like that.
For years, that was Porto. Whenever they had to win, they won. There was no question about it. Nobody doubted them. And it's evening out now, but for years that's what set them apart.
Yeah. What we're seeing at Porto right now, I've never seen a Porto win.
These big games, they always.
I've been a fan for 35 years. I have not seen Porto like this ever.
Ever, no.
Sentence, comma, period. Ever. This is a serious problem. I hope that they recognize the seriousness of this issue. I really do.
Mm-hmm. And this guy, we knew what was coming. We never had luck in close title races. Okay, so, you know what? It was crazy, right? But because I wanted to use this phrase from Mikey on last weekend, on the last Tuga Tuesdays, and because he said this, right? Brother, Porto can put 11 construction workers at Dragão and still could win that game.
Yeah, right.
Brother, in this case, and I wanted to use that phrase during the game, right? But I could never find the right phrase or the right time because I was like, I can't use this. It's not going to work. It doesn't fit. It's not the case because they can put Real Madrid in front of them right now. And it's still not going to be Benfica. This is going to be the opposite. So he was
because I think Mike spoke to where I'm coming from. Mm-hmm. I've never seen this before.
Never.
This is not.
Never. They've always risen to that occasion, especially
for me. This is not Porto. I don't know what this is. This isn't FC Porto.
No,
this isn't FC Porto. I mean, they're gonna finish outside the top two. When is the last time Porto has had back-to-back years where they finished third place or less?
Right.
Can you name one?
I can't remember.
No, I can't.
So. We're gonna have to go into the. We're gonna have to go into the history book. When's the last time this happened? I don't think it's happened. Since I've been watching.
I don't know.
I think this is going to be 4 years without a title for them, which is long in there. I can't remember the last time they went that long.
Yeah,
also,
or even more. It could be. It's one in 8 years. Really, if you expand it even further.
Yeah, because it's gonna be it's Benfica Sporting, one of the two.
Yeah,
still undecided yet. But it's not gonna be Porto. That's for sure.
Not now.
No.
Get it now.
Porto is officially out of the title race. Mikey, if you gotta pick something, if you gotta pick one big detail of this Clásico, what could it be?
Well, efficiency. I mean, I know we hit like 3 posts, so it could have been a bigger victory. But
in addition to the 4 goals,
gosh, the face saved some.
Yeah, week after week, you know, Benfica get the opportunities and they finish 1 or they finish 2, and it ends up in a close game. Early, I mean, they put away. You know, Pavlidis puts away 3 chances. That changes the whole game. And that second one, I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen them just force that shot and it gets blocked. No, he creates the space and then he slides it into the opening. And you know, and getting the 3rd goal, I think, was probably where the game was won, because if Porto make it 2-1, I think we have a different second half. Getting that 3rd goal really cemented it, and from there it was cruise control.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Now, Mauricio, and in the other side of the story, and the sad side.
I don't even know
of
what
the
you
story,
want me to say.
in the south side of heaven, from the south side of heaven, on the south side of Chicago, it's crazy, right? Because I was really, to be honest here, I was waiting for this massive game from Rodrigo Mora in a massive scenario like this in a Clásico, but he was just not there, and not only he was not there at the level that they needed him to be, but he was alone, like you said. So, and that was, I think that's the big, not the big story for Porto.
You're right,
but one of the reasons why they couldn't create more.
Right, and the kid, and we got to remember, the kid is 17 years old.
Yeah.
To put him in a spot like that,
that's not a good sign.
No, and I
no, it's not a good sign. You're right.
I said this with you guys last week. I need Fabio Vieira to do something and help that kid out. He is nowhere to be seen. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe Arsenal knew something we didn't when they're like, "Yo, let's loan him out," because he's not the same player when he was when we got him. That he needed help, and I said that. I said for them to have a chance, they had to win that midfield and give the ball and get Samu involved. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do. I don't know what was going on. And then you're down in the game. It's not going your way, and then you still come out the second half and you don't make changes at the half to even switch the lineup up. You don't make subs. You don't change the formation. You keep everything as is, as if you're in control, and you're going to flip this somehow. And it just turned into a house of horrors, even worse. They're lucky the fans didn't break out those white lances, those tissue papers out, and start waving them around at that coach.
I'm surprised there wasn't more of an uproar.
I'm surprised with that too. The way they showed out on the field, it's just, we've never seen a team like this. You're used to seeing guys with grit like Beck, George Costa, and things like that. That show that attitude.
Yeah.
The way that their anger that they play with on the field, knowing that, you know what, I'm going to foul you here because I'm not going to let you play easy today. You don't have those type of guys anymore that are running. Like right now, I can't tell you who's the main guy, the captain running that team. And usually you know who it is.
It's the goalkeeper. That's the problem.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
And
that is the problem.
You always had a field general. Porto always had a field general, and you knew who the guy was. And right now they have no identity, and that's the problem. And then after the game, you have the president telling them to hang back, go to the training ground.
That was bad.
They went to they had to go to the hotel. They weren't.
He didn't let him go home after the game.
No, and you have players and coaches saying, "I don't want to do that," and they're against the president. Then the president finally forced their hand, and they went. It's getting uglier by the minute now, because you're just pointing fingers at each other. It's just an identity problem, like he's saying there. It completely is. They don't have anyone that's the general on the field.
Yeah,
and when you do a result like this, your lack of confidence is all the way down. And now Braga's taking them over for third. Good luck getting that third place back now.
It's gonna be hard for them.
I think right now Braga's the favorite for the third place.
And the thing is, you don't get that third place. You're losing out money. What players on this team, what they showed you on the field, would you invest in? Besides the 17-year-old, which you don't want to get rid of, but Porto also has that history of getting rid of guys too early. And
Yeah.
right now, they're just in a big rut. And I don't know how they're going to get out of it this season.
Unreal.
I mean,
No.
can we talk do you think that this guy, since he's come in, I don't know, he came in 2-3 months ago, have we seen progress in this team? You know, I mean, since Victor Bruno has left, I mean, has this guy, added to this team? Has this guy, have you seen this team progress? Get closer, to where they need to be. I think that's the question.
Are they even better 1 through 11 than Braga? When you look at the players on the team sheet, are they even better than Braga in 11 positions? I don't think so.
I don't think.
I mean, it's a good point. I think
Maybe 6 out of the 11. Maybe
But-
6
right,
out of the
maybe
11.
6 out of the 11.
These guys, but these guys are capable of playing much better than this.
Yeah.
I don't think again the most out of these guys. I really don't.
No. Like Braga.
I'm not saying
That's for me the big issue. That's for me the biggest issue in Porto. It's that the players that they're playing, they're underperforming individually.
Yes.
Every single one are underperforming. You're not getting the best out of Fabio Vieira, not getting the best of well Samu. I mean, Samu, it's the exception, but he needed to show up on this game, and he didn't. He scored a goal, blah blah. He was not that force, and I think he's kind of out mentally for the past 4 or 5 games. He's missing a lot of shots, and his confidence levels is not there. But then Barella, I mean, we were praising Barella for a long time. So solid that guy, but now he's missing passes. Stakio is dropping into the to be in between the center backs. That's that move that I don't think is working for neither for the player, neither for the team, and neither for Anselmi.
Yeah.
Okay, so but individually, if these players, I'm telling you, Mikey. I mean, if you got Rodrigo Mora on fire, you got Fabio Vieira on fire, you got Sam on fire, it would have been a different game. It would have been a different game.
But it comes back. Where's the grit? Where's the grit?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Where's the worker? Where's the the guy's going to roll his sleeves up and win balls?
Exactly.
It's like,
those two right guys. This should have been Barella, but she's not there. And then you got the supposed to be the quarterback, Ivan Marcano, who since he returned, he's I don't know what to tell you about Marcano. It's been
that's another sign. I mean, you had to bring that guy back in. I mean,
He had him play
you'd
2
be
years.
able to have somebody else.
It's like you had to roll him out of the crypt to. I mean,
You have a defender on
I'm
loan.
shocked that they had to bring that guy in to.
You have a defender on loan
Yeah.
who can't catch a minute on the field. And Jallo from
And what was the point of this guy?
what was the point of that loan and bringing him in if he can't even see the field?
Yeah,
You have another defender, Zé Pedro, a younger guy. You're not even giving him a chance.
No.
But the thing is, you got a guy like Perez. I think even Mikey will tell you, he tried a couple across the field passes. He couldn't even reach the guy. They were dying.
They didn't get there.
Right to the middle, just turning it over left and right.
No, he had a disaster.
Yeah, disaster.
Now on top of this, right now, like Vespado Eliseu is saying, something is lacking. If you know what I mean, we know what you mean. Cojones, they're lacking cojones.
He's talking about something else.
Yeah,
he's referring to what we always accused Pep of.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I think that's what he's referring to.
Yeah,
A little extra something.
Yeah.
That was going to go my.
I'll say it. They're looking a lot like Sporting. The Sporting that I know of the last 30 years.
They look like Benfica at the end of last season.
Waiting
for the season to be
you're
over.
Watching them. I've been watching Porto games. What it is they'll end up with 60-65% possession. But what kind of possession is it?
Right.
It's horizontal possession. It's side to side. It's slow. It's predictable. They create few chances. It's the Sporting of the last 3 decades. This is what I see when I watch Porto play. Uninspired.
Now we're going back to Sporting, my dear Derek Gomez. We were always questioning the decisions of Mr. Rui Borges in terms of substitutions. But it really surprised me when he landed Geni on top and Gio on the wing, because he's been using Gio on top for the last month, 5-6 games in a row, right? And when I saw the formation, I was like, why Kenny up? Why Katamo up?
Yeah.
I think that was from the get-go. That was the first bad decision.
That was a giant surprise. Yeah. No, it didn't work. No. You could always have, because I mean, he dropped Fresneta. And I thought Fresneta has been playing pretty well, so I was a little bit surprised that he dropped him. Because I think Katamo is a good guy off the bench. He does. I mean, he came in off the bench in that last game and he made a difference. So you bring in a guy like that with his quickness. Bring him in the 60th minute. Give him those 30-35 minutes with fresh legs. I think that's where we get the most out of him. So that was a surprise. And it didn't work. Especially with a team that again, it's been
Fresneta right back and Gio on top and Gio Kenda on top.
Yeah, exactly. I think we should have just gone with that classic lineup. I mean, we built in those routines. Fresneta has found a nice niche. That since Rui Borges took over, I'll give him that. He's sneaky. He does come in and provide that support on the attack, and he scored a few goals. So I found it odd that he was dropped, and I don't think he even came in the game. So I was a little bit surprised about that. But yeah, no, I mean, it didn't work. I thought Kenda has been playing great up top as well. So that, I mean, it was just sort of like a head scratcher. I don't know why, that happened. Oh, here we go.
That's my boy Nick Jobby. I can do it there.
Doesn't Porto right now remind you of Sporting the last 3 decades? This is what it's just an unimaginative team. I mean, and like I remember in the press conferences, we had 65% possession.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I mean, if you're passing it side to side, it doesn't matter. You can have 75% possession. It's not going to matter.
With 2 shots on goal.
That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting from Porto now. But yeah, back to your point. I mean, it's just, like I said, I do think Carvalhal outcoached Rui Borges in this game. And that was one of the, questionable moves that Rui Borges made, of the several questionable moves that, we can bring up. But yeah, I mean, right now you're looking at these games and it's Victor. Victor's been bailing us out. Victor was responsible for the point in this game. Victor has been. I mean, what happens when Victor leaves in the summer? And let's see what Rui Borges is made of. That's all I got to say. Again, I'm not a fan of this guy. I've been open about it. I've been public about it. He was an upgrade from João Pereira. I mean, João Pereira. I mean, again, this is going to be this 2024-2025 season will be the ultimate season of the what ifs. It's just going to be Sporting's what if season. What if Ruben didn't leave? What if we didn't put João Pereira there? It's just going to be a giant. I just think this is going to be. We're going to look back on it. It's just going to be.
I agree with that too.
Nino, you said it on the broadcast, and I said they just screwed their own team when they caused that delay.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of over that crap.
Yeah, I'm over it too.
I'm over that stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah, I'm over that stuff too.
And throwing it at, and I'm talking about my own fans too, throwing it and landing in crowds of people, like that's stupid. I don't know how they get that in the stadium every time too.
I don't, yeah.
Like, what kind of security do they have? Yeah,
they have their own entrance, so they get into their own entrance, and they probably don't get checked out. That's
exactly. That's the only way.
The biggest travesty this weekend is Dino. Compare Victor to Jardel and Falcao.
I don't know. I think any striker should be happy to be compared to Jardel.
Yeah.
Well, the numbers
maybe we're just old.
Yo, Porto Falcao wasn't bad. Porto Falcao
that year, Falcao's year at Porto was something else.
He was insane. He wasn't bad.
That was insanity, man. Thank you, Nick. I love you too, brother. Man. Thank you, man. Go back to individual performances, right? That's one of the reasons Porto is not what it used to be now. but I want to point this out for Benfica. It's that the recovering players are the perfect moment of the season, right? Like Di Maria coming back in fantastic form, but not only Angelito, the also Sultan of Goal, Mr. Akugoglu.
Those two guys are huge.
Back to the guy that was so
He's been playing
spicy in the first couple of months of the season. He's getting that groove back, right? And he's joined the Pavlidis, so everyone elevates each other's games. That's what's happening right now. They're feeling the vibe, and everybody is contagious. It's just contagious. It's infectious. The positive is infectious. The negative is infectious.
They got all the momentum.
It's the perfect momentum for everyone to get back together, right, Mikey?
Yeah, if you'd have told me after I saw Wednesday that Di Maria was going to play like that on Sunday, I wouldn't have believed it because he looked so rusty on Wednesday. But in big games, that guy just shows he loves playing against Porto. He just loves playing them. And, the quality of his delivery is, if he can be on the pitch and you can get him the ball and he can deliver it, it's almost worth being down with 10, 10 plus him to make it happen and Artur Koglu too. I mean, both games against Porto now, we really torched them on the flanks. They really didn't have an answer this season for our wide play. And I thought we were going to see Bruma in this game because it was going to be more balanced. But nope, he went out with Di Maria, and Di Maria, played well. Yeah. So those two guys were huge. I thought that, obviously Pavlidis had his goal scoring shoes on, and he could have had a few more. Yeah. And Kokshu too. Kokshu was putting balls in dangerous areas for them, and he was very productive. The whole Auschwitz, in the press was very effective. Even though it was funny, he had a low rating on the goal point, and people were like, "What kind of rating is this?" And goal point actually came out to justify their analytics, and they talked about, he missed some passes here, but the things he does can't be quantified on a stat sheet. And the team just played as a unit and managed the game even without the ball. They allowed Porto to run themselves out of gas without giving away opportunities, with closing down passing lanes. Both of the center backs, both Otamendi and Tony Silva were good in this one. Tomás Araújo gave us enough. He gave what he had, and it was enough. And then Gal came in and finished the job. So every single player did his job in this game, and that ends up being the difference.
Now, talking about the stats and the ratings and everything else, my boy Supergino says that Trincao also had a higher rating for the game over Gyökeres. So, talk to me about this, Derek Gomez. Tell me about this Trincao situation here.
I think it's fictitious. I mean, that's a fictitious rating. I mean,
because you can complete a 5-yard lateral pass, and it's the same as a difficult long 60-yard pass. It's a complete pass.
Why? I mean, then why are we putting any credence into these ratings? I mean, that's absurd. I mean, everybody here watched that game. You're gonna tell me that he was more effective in that game than Victor was, or had more of an impact than Victor had. That
no way. That's why I always have.
That's why
with these computers, man. I used to say that, not anymore. I think I forgot about that. I think I'm gonna bring it back to my commentary when I was talking about the computer. Hey, the computer says this. I'm arguing with the computer.
The lady
bring that back. I forgot about it. Now I think it's a good time to bring it back. Bring the computer back, for the good things. Jesus, Mikey, if you gotta pick something wrong. Let me rephrase this. If you think that something needs to improve for the remaining 6 games of the season, what could it be for your team?
Right back's got to be figured out. We can't keep running Tomás until he breaks down. Thiago Vea's been playing on the B team at right back, so I think that he's going to be slotted in at some point.
But he's not
along with Dahl. But he has been for since he's been back from his injury. They've been working him there on the B team. So I think between him and Dahl, they're gonna finish it out because Tomás has to get right, and he's still our long-term our best central defender. So can't run him into the ground, making him play right back. And he doesn't need to play in all these games. So hopefully he only plays when he needs to now, and we get through the rest of the season here. But that's still my concern, because if he gets hurt, we have a real issue there. And got to just keep everybody healthy now. Hope that nobody goes down, and we have the rotation down. Lige has finally figured out he's playing them in groups, so it's not like he changes, too many. It's either these three play up front as a front three, or these three play as a front three, and there's cohesion there, and the team has good chemistry. So I think he's finally figured it out, and I'm sure in tomorrow's game he's going to play the whole second squad against Tirsense, so that everyone's fresh for Aroca on Sunday. It's a quick turnaround from Wednesday to Sunday. So.
Basically, yeah.
Look at Nick Jovi. This guy.
Nick Jovi.
I miss him on TikTok, man, because when I was doing my TikTok lives, he was commenting. I was saying same.
Yeah.
And now I can do that because the boss say no, don't do TikToks anymore because blah blah blah, whatever, man. All right. I like him. I thought it was bringing something else to the broadcast.
I'm with Nick Jovi on this right here.
Tuga socks and
he scores the one beautiful goal, and then we forget about all the other inconsistent performances. That's what it is.
All right, so guess what? Let's get what Rogerio Matos is saying here. Boom.
I'm worried about that game. That's the one I'm worried about. That's going to be harder than the Dragão. They're in much better form right now.
Still got Braga too.
But if you win the other 5, that one doesn't matter. So,
but listen, I'll give you credit. Farias did give you the better match. You were right to be nervous.
You're right. Yeah.
Everyone
they could have tied that game, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I am worried about Guimarães, no doubt, but got to get through Aroca first. But yeah, that's gonna be a tough one.
Gomez, you go to the island now, Santa Clara, huh?
Yeah.
How you feel about that game?
I actually kind of feel pretty good. I think Santa Clara's on a downward trend. We'll have the full week rest, and I think it's going to be a difficult game. It's going to be a scrappy game like it always is with those guys. But I think we can win there. I really do. I feel pretty good about that game, believe it or not. I think we'll respond. I think we'll respond. It's all hands on deck now. We have to win all the games heading up to the Luge. But yeah, now any dropping of points is fatal. So yeah, I think we'll be ready for the island, in my opinion.
Well, look. The only thing you gotta do is win 6 games. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
If you win the next,
we just have to go to the Luge and beat Benfica. No big deal.
I wish that game was this weekend and not 4 weeks from now. I'll tell you that.
You see,
I like the current form, but this can change very quickly. We could sit here next week and it'd be flipped again. So
yeah,
I'm not going to get too confident yet.
I'm with Z here. The midfield has been the big issue. For the year of 2025, it's been the big issue. And again, but that had a lot to do with, how we dealt with it in the preseason, by loaning Izugo out and then selling Mateus Fernandes. We lost our depth in the midfield. We put our cards behind injury-prone players who followed suit and got injured.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. They were true to form, but Augusta was true to form. Morita's been true to form. We have been.
Yeah.
He came back to training. Yes, he did. He came back to training yesterday. Yeah. So.
Oh, that changes everything, brother.
So yeah, he'll be.
We'll see how ready he is for match.
That changes. Oh, Poch
is back. Obviously he won't be able to do 90 minutes, but just like just from a morale standpoint, having that guy back is going to. I think it's going to boost morale amongst the team.
I thought he was going for the season I thought Poche
No.
was gone for the season.
No, it said
Well,
late
he's back.
April.
No,
So
he's training. You know, he wants to get back
He's
out there.
training.
Yeah.
He's gonna get some minutes this weekend.
I think he'll
warm up
get
for
some
3
minutes
more
this weekend. Yeah.
weekends.
I think he'll get some minutes this weekend. I really do. And it's going to boost the team's confidence. It's going to boost morale. But yeah, no, I mean, from that comment that Zia left, I think that has been, the principal reason why Sporting has been, dropping points, hasn't been playing as consistently as they were in the first half of the season. It's been the lack of depth, at the midfield position, resorting to players that have no business being on the first team. The performances and the results are what they are, because of it. And we'll see.
But the issue, Derek and Mikey, now I'm going to say this, is that at this moment of the season, at this stage of the competition, Benfica has their best 11 healthy.
Yep.
Their best 11, their best players in shape. Mm-hmm. And that could be the differential at the end for the last 5-6 games that are left on the schedule. Guys, we're gonna go now for the predictions because my beloved
you got your game, man. Yeah.
5 minutes. So look at this, brother.
You're ready.
There you go. We're playing now, freaking Independiente del Valle, in Quito. 15,000 feet above the sea level. My God, man, it should be illegal to play there, man. Jesus. I'm so mad at it. We played last week and we looked really bad. So we'll see what happens, man. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Mike, what you got, brother? You got
Friday night, Gil Vicente hosting Vitória Guimarães.
Oh crap! And I always love for my Gilistas, but I think but I think they're not gonna battle. They're gonna battle. Let's say 1-1 on this one in Barcelos, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
In Barcelos, all right. 1-1. Ruano?
I'm going to go 2-0 Guimarães.
So bad. Mm-hmm. Gomez?
I'm going to go 2-1 Guimarães.
Oh, man. Mikey?
Yeah, 2-1 Guimarães. They're on good form right now.
Nobody's with me on
they are playing great right now.
This game, Mikey.
All right. Saturday, newly resurgent Boavista against Nacional.
That's right.
Holy crap.
Hey, Lito Vidigal's gone.
The magician Lito Vidigal.
They got rid of the guy and then they won.
He did a Danny Sosa. He's like, I'm out after 5 games. I'm out.
So, all right, what? 1-0 Boavista. 1-0 Boavista. Come on, Panthers. What do you say, Mauricio?
I agree with you. I'm going to go 1-0 Panthers.
Okay, all right. Mikey?
Me, back to reality. 1-0 Nacional.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm going to go 1-0 Nacional, even though my heart wants the Panthers to win.
Sure.
Oh, man. All right, what's next?
Famalicão Estoril.
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
That's a good game.
Ooh. Definitely watching that one.
2-2 on that one. I would say 2-2 on that one. Mauricio?
I'm going to go 2-1 Estoril.
Ooh, nice. Mikey?
1-1.
1-1. Gomez?
I'm going to go with Nino on this one, 2-2. Should be good.
Oh, nice. All right. What's next?
Santa Clara Sporting.
Ooh. 3-1 Sporting. Brace from victors. Gomez?
I'm going to go 2-1 Sporting.
2-1. Mauricio?
Yep.
I'm going to go with you, Nino. 3-1 Sporting.
Mikey?
I want to say something else, but I'm going to do what I did last week. It's going to be Santa Clara 1, Sporting 2.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. What's next, Mikey?
Casa Pia Porto.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't beat Casa Pia Porto, I mean, Jesus. I would say 2-1 Porto. 2-1 Porto. Yeah. Coming from behind, because the Pia is going first. and they're gonna come back. Gomez.
I'm gonna go with you, man. 2-1 Porto. It's not gonna be
2-1
pretty. No.
I know. It won't be. It won't be.
It's not.
Ruano.
I'm gonna go 1-0 Porto. I think Sequeira, because of Pia, makes some good saves. He's having a good year.
Oh yeah. Mikey.
I think it's a tipping point. I think they've had it. I don't think they want to play anymore. I think it's going to be Casa Pia 2, Porto 1.
No! Oh, it's just to put a 6
I just
fingers
don't
on
think
the
they
board.
want this anymore.
That's the nail in the coffin.
They just
if that
pissed off
happens.
all the players and the coaches by not letting them go home after the game.
Mikey, if that happens, that's the nail in the coffin.
That you know.
Yeah. I think you will see an uproar if that happens, man.
Yeah.
Jeez,
All right.
man. All right. What's next?
Estrela Amadora Farense.
Farense. I'll take Farense in this one. Farense 1-0. Mikey.
1-1. They're gonna stay the same.
Ruano.
This is gonna be the game on Gold TV. It's gonna be it's gonna
It's
be
at 10:30 a.m.
0-0. I'm going 0-0.
No, Gomez.
1-1.
1-1. All right, next.
Benfica Aroca.
Ficaroca.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say they're gonna be goals, man. I think I'll say 3-2 on this one. There's gonna be goals in this one. 3-2 Benfica. 3-2 Benfica. That, by the way, that second goal from Aruca is gonna be late. It's gonna be 3-1, and then second, and 3-2. I know.
I say 3-1 Benfica.
3-1 Benfica. I was gonna say 3-1, but it's 3-2. Gomez.
I think it's gonna be 3-0. Place is gonna be rocking after what happened this past Sunday.
Yeah. Mikey.
Yeah, it's gonna be rocking.
I like Derek's pick better than mine, but I think 3-1. I think they give up a goal again.
It's gonna be rocking.
2-1. All right. Look at that. That's Cynthia. Oh, Cynthia. Everybody say hi to Cynthia. She
It could be.
is what's her father-in-law? Pedro Semota. Ahí está, me acuerdo.
Yeah.
Semota. Mikey, what's next?
Braga AVS.
Braga EVS. Braga's gonna
Playing at the
it.
same time as Benfica for some reason.
Really?
Both games are at 1 o'clock.
Braga's, 3-0 Braga on that one. 3-0 Braga. Ruano.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Braga.
2-0 Braga. Gomez.
I'm gonna go 2-0. 2-0 Braga. Yeah.
2-0. Mikey.
Yeah.
I'll say 3-1 Braga.
3-1 Braga. All right. What's next, Mikey? Is there another one? It's a Monday.
One more. Moreirense Rio Ave.
Ooh, crap.
Jeez.
Rio Ave has
-1.
distinction of
-1.
losing to Boavista, so
Honestly, -1.
minus.
2 on goal.
Then it's still 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
1-1 on that one. Gomez.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
1-1. What is it? Hold on. What's Nick Joey saying here? For the record, you bring great stuff to the broadcast. The other guy goes off on a tangent. Next thing you know, he's talking about Fabio Pian being a porn star.
That dude does go on tangents. He does. Yeah.
Oh my God! I'm gonna tell him.
I didn't hear that.
That is it. No,
He started
Piero.
talking
That's
about like
Piero.
the Warriors once. I'm like, come on, dude.
I want to tell him, man. I want to tell him.
I
I'm
started
about
talking
to
about
bring
the
it.
Warriors. I'm like, oh, come on. Yeah.
Okay, so what that?
Actually happened.
Yeah.
What is this, man? All right. What is this? This is crazy, man. All right. Is the who am I missing? I said 1-1. Who got?
I haven't gone yet.
I haven't gone yet. I'll go
Mikey.
2-0 Moreirense.
I'll
Wow.
say 2-1 Moreirense.
Two Morires. And Gomez?
I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1. All right. And guys, wish me luck.
Go
Yeah,
get him.
so
Luck,
right
man.
now.
Go get him.
Come on,
Got it.
Universitario. We'll see you next week, guys. Take care.
Next week,
Bye-bye.
guys.
All right, see you.
All right.
Yeah.
Take care, man.